Yo, what's happening, world? B-Marsh Boxing. And we back at it with another boxing video. So Anthony Joshua has dispelled rumors that he's supposed to take $20 million. Let me take my mask off a little bit. Ain't nobody around me. Dispelled the rumors that he's going to take $20 million step aside fee in order not to fight Alexander Usyk next. And possibly we'll get Alexander Usyk versus Tyson Fury for undisputed title fight at heavyweight for all the straps, for all the belts, for all the marbles. Now, in my opinion, I had to wait and see if that news is really true. You know, because I was looking for a lot of publications and articles to see if this is the real deal, Holyfield. But looks like Joshua said he ain't signed no contract, he ain't signed no papers. He looks like he ain't taking no step aside money as of now as I make this video today. At what time is it? 2:21 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, January 25th, 2022. You know what I mean? Now, anything can change in the 25th hour. You know what I'm saying? But in my opinion, man, that's not a good look. You know what I mean? And that's the reason I'm making this video. You know, Anthony Joshua owes us, the boxing fans. Fuck that undisputed shit. You know what I mean? You know, I'm saying I'd love to see undisputed, but undisputed should have been happened with Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder years ago. I'm not going to keep on hoping, wishing, and praying on a falling star for this undisputed fight to happen. If it's supposed to happen, if it's meant to happen, it shall happen. You know what I mean? We thought it was going to happen 2021. You know what I'm saying? You know? Eddie Hearn jumped the gun. I knew there's a major possibility it's not going to happen, just like I knew there's a major possibility Dillian White versus Tyson Fury ain't going to happen. You know, it's the heavyweight division. You know, when one of these fights get made, especially when we didn't expect it, be like, oh shit. But otherwise, in the heavyweight division, just like other divisions, yo, fellas be ducking each other straight up and down. Y'all want to know where I'm at? College Park, Maryland, PG County. This is College Park. This is where our University of Maryland campus is, you know what I mean? The Terrapins. You know what I'm saying? College Park, PG County, Maryland. Where were they? 2002 national champions in basketball, Juan Dixon and them. Len Bias, of course. The great one, Len Bias is from, he went to this College Park, the University of Maryland. You know what I'm saying? But back to boxing. You know, we didn't get undisputed with Deontay Wilder and Fury. I'm sorry, AJ. We ain't get undisputed with Fury and AJ. So forget about it, man. I'm not concerned with that. I'm concerned that what's ahead of us and what we know is supposed to happen. And I'm looking forward to a rematch between Joshua and Usyk. Just like I was looking forward to a rematch between Usyk, Joshua, and Andy Ruiz. You know, as a champion, a man who is in the heavyweight, I believe, especially if he ain't getting knocked out, I believe he has a right to go try to get his straps back. You know what I mean? Maybe man might have had a bad night that night. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's only right. But if he does take step aside money, man, it's going to be considered a duck. There's no way around it. You know, a duct tape video will be on cue. DuckTales video will be on cue, ready to load up. If that motherfucker does take, AJ does take, I wanted to see that third fight. If they was going to make that third fight, I'm not going to say like I was clamoring for it, but they was going to make that third fight because, you know, a lot of people, especially on the internet, they made it look like Tyson Fury cheated. Even though no proof was really put on the table. Okay, if he cheated, well, they did a third fight. Now it's for the people who said that, the man cheated, you know what I mean? That Tyson Fury cheated. So if that's the case, then the third fight was for them, and Deontay Wilder got his ass beat in spectacular fashion, you know what I mean? And it was a great fight, great heavyweight bout, knockdowns all over the place. But the better man won, point blank period. I was rooting for Deontay Wilder fighting. I watch the sport of boxing as a sport. I've been disgusted in the last year or two with how these fighters move. And in order for me to stay stress-free, not that boxing stresses me, but to live my best life, fuck that. If fight gets made, I'm going to watch it. Y'all already know I watch every single fight. I cover all the fights that come on. Just check out my channel every Saturday. I'm there. I wish I could do more videos often, every day, daily. But these new boxers ain't shit. And they really ain't doing nothing that's worth talking about daily. One thing that I do hate is coming on this YouTube streets talking about a fight that's supposed to happen and the shit never happens. I ain't got time for that, man. Time is money. I value time more than paper, more than money. You know what I mean? You can get money back that you lost. You definitely can't get time back. You know what I'm saying? But if the man, Anthony Joshua, does take step-aside money, man, DuckTales video is going to be on cue. And not just for me. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be flaming him up. You know what I mean? You know? People forget that man like Mike Tyson, you know? Look, we love Mike Tyson. I love Mike Tyson, man. I love Mike Tyson like a motherfucker. Even more, almost more now as he's retired than I did love him as a fighter. You know, but a lot of people, even those who love Tyson, they forget about '96 when Mike Tyson had to go to court. Not that he went on his own will, you know. He was ducking Lennox Lewis. He ain't want to fight the mandatory Lennox Lewis for that WBC strap that Mike Tyson took up off of in 95, 96 off of Frank Bruno, right? Yeah, he ain't want to fight Lennox Lewis. He beat Frank Bruno. Excuse me, the joint died for a little bit. Damn, it's going under the tunnel again. Hopefully, you know, a lot of people forget that Mike Tyson that was taken to court by Lennox Lewis. You know what I mean? Mike Tyson and Don King, man, they had to pay Lennox Lewis $4 million, basically step-aside money. And not even step-aside money, man. Tyson had to relinquish that strap, the WBC strap, you know? Because Tyson was a unified champ. He had beat Bruce Seldon in a fake-ass fight. I don't care what nobody says. I love Mike Tyson, but that fight was staged. I do, you know? That fight was staged. And that woman right there running for the train, she ain't gonna catch it. West Hodgsville. Mike Tyson. Hold up, we got people in the chat. Adari Pennant says 190, 180s should be light heavyweight. Just get rid of the cruiserweight division because the majority of them are heavyweights. Yeah, I ain't mad at that, you know, but the cruiserweight division's been here since like 1980. I believe it was Marvin Camel who was the first cruiserweight champ. And those guys have their legacy, you know. It's not very much much watched division since its inception. It hasn't been. You know, that's a big jump, my guy, from 175 to 200 pounds or some Roy Jones shit. That's a big jump, y'all. This neighborhood called West Hodgsville, Avondale, you know what I mean? Them tall buildings over there. I'm about to go under a tunnel, y'all. And I already know for sure, without a shadow of a doubt, that there ain't no Wi-Fi in that tunnel. But please bear with me. I'll probably only be off air for 30 seconds. Stay on the line with me. And hopefully y'all can hear me. Let me see, Mike 104, what up, my G? He says DuckTales season finale. Shout out B Marsh. Big ups to you, Mike 104. You already know. Mike 104 says Tyson ain't throw it in the bin though. I feel you. But it cost him $4 million. Yeah, you see, Riddick Bowe threw his WBC strap in the trash bin, right? I hope y'all can hear me, man, because usually my internet be cutting off when I'm on the subway. You know, I just left. That last station I was at was West Hodgsville in PG County, Maryland, right? And now I'm about to get off at this station right here called Fort Totten in Northeast Washington, D.C. That just goes to show you, you know, Washington, D.C. and Maryland brother and sister, you know what I mean? PG County, and let me not say the whole Maryland. Say PG County, Maryland, Montgomery County, Maryland. Or how my DC folks say Maryland. They say Maryland. They don't say Maryland. All right, let me get off this train. So Riddick Bowe threw his joint in the trash, right? Because he ain't want to fight Lennox Lewis. Mike Tyson was actually taken to court. Litigation was the due process for him losing that strap. He lost his strap and $4 million. Shit, I'd rather have been Riddick Bowe. Yeah, I mean, but that's why Mike Tyson came into that. He came into the fight with He came into the fight with what's his name? With Evander Holyfield. He came into that fight with one strap. He came in with one strap. The WBA joint he got from Bruce Seldon, and Holyfield took that shit away from him because Mike Tyson was involved in a fugazi ass fight with Bruce Seldon. They didn't need to stage that fight. Mike Tyson could have beat Bruce Seldon. I mean, yeah. So at least Riddick Bowe ain't had to cough up $4 million and have to go to court and shit. You know? But Anthony, oh shit. Watch out. Good luck, gas station. Step back, doors closing. So at least, so if Joshua does avoid this guy, right? If he does, and I highly doubt he will. I just can't see him, all. Mike 104 says, rest in peace, Tupac Shakur. I always think of that when I hear Bruce Seldon, Mike Tyson. Yep, that was the night. Tupac got shot up in Vegas after that Bruce Seldon fight with Tyson, you know what I mean? Yeah. So like I said, if Joshua does drop the straps, which I highly doubt he will, he'll be ridiculed. He'll look like he's ducking Alexander Usyk. And there's a possibility, because as of right now, does even Joshua have a trainer? Not that I know of, you know what I mean? I hear he's not rolling with Rob McCracken no more, you know what I mean? Do I think that's a good idea for him? Doesn't matter to me who he chooses. I'm not invested in his career. That fella has made a shitload of money in the boxing game. You know what I'm saying? Whomever he chooses for his next trainer, good luck to him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure whether Rob McCracken, whether a new trainer will make him better, or whether, he's succumbing to public pressure from the public to change his trainer. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people consider Anthony Joshua, they think, he's been with this Rob McCracken guy since he was since the amateurs, since he was a late teen. You know what I'm saying? And they say Joshua trains in the same gym. He training with amateurs and stuff like that. Hey, I'm not too sure about that. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I know him and Rob McCracken, I was about to say reached the pinnacle of heavyweight boxing. Look, Joshua got a good resume. But two things eluded him throughout his reign as a heavyweight champion. That was a lineal strap, and of course undisputed. You know what I mean? The man Tyson Fury, he beat what's his name? Klitschko for all them straps, and he became the lineal champion that night. Of course, he lost it because of inactivity, but he came back. I believe the second fight with Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder was for the WBC strap and the vacant lineal strap. And of course, he beat him in the second fight, and he's been holding it ever since. So, Tyson Fury himself also has the lineal, but he ain't never reached undisputed. I mean, two best names on his resume, which are very good fighters, are Deontay Wilder and Klitschko. Those are very good fighters, you know. Joshua has beat. Uh, uh, he has a better resume as far as guys he's beat, but those guys he beat, I believe Tyson Fury and or Deontay Wilder could have beat them too. So I'm not too sure how much credit he gets for beating guys like Brazils and the Povetkins and these type of guys. It's funny, right? When Wilder was supposed to fight Povetkin, shit, man, these people out here are terrible on these boxing YouTube streets, man. You know, they picked. I was there. I was on Hangouts with fellas. Everybody was picking Deontay Wilder to go to Russia and knock out Povetkin. I did too. And I believe he would have. You know what I'm saying? Might have faced some adversity, of course. It's boxing. It's a fight. Fellas going to face adversity. You know what I mean? Unless your name is Cannoli or Tank Davis, you ain't going to face adversity when you fight guys that you know you're going to beat. So, you know, in sports and life, you're going to face adversity. It's how you pull yourself up out of the adversity, right? But they said, yeah, they said Wilder going to knock out Povetkin. But now, you know, the narrative changed as far as their narrative. Um, you know, channels built on hating fellas like Deontay Wilder. Now they say that Deontay Wilder would have been knocked out if he went to Russia. Yeah, okay. I see a man like Marco Huck go beat them fellas, a cruiserweight coming up in weight. You know what I mean? Whatever, it doesn't matter. But at the end of the day, like I said, Joshua has the Dillian Whites. He has very good fighters on his resume. Definitely better than Deontay Wilder's. I'll give you that. Fury has Klitschko and Wilder. Those are his best names. But them two names, it's quality over quantity. Basically, that's how his resume is. And it's like, man, going to buy some herb, some weed. You know what I mean? You could buy a pound of some Reggie. Shit, you might get it for $400. I'm saying. Or you could get an ounce of some exotic California shit. You know what I mean? For $400. Now I know my man Mike 104 is out there in the West Coast, man. Y'all fellas got all the herb out there and the best prices, right? We here on the East Coast, you know what I mean? When that shit comes to the East Coast, prices go up. Transportation, all that type of shit, you know, that gotta be considered, you know what I mean? You know? So what y'all probably pay for like $50, we probably paying $100, whatever. But it's about, you want that whole pound, 16 ounces of some Reggie, some garbage weed, or you want that ounce of some fucking fire. That's what it comes down to. That's how AJ and Klitschko's resumes is. You know what I mean? You check it. You check it. Yeah, man. So Anthony Joshua gotta take that fight, man. Prove to the world that shit was a fluke. If not, take your lickings like a man and try again next time. You come back. If you can, you gotta beat other heavyweights. But you know, you're gonna be, if Joshua loses, he's gonna be old news, kind of something sort of like how Deontay Wilder is. And you ain't gonna stay old news forever. If you challenge yourself, get back in the mix, beat some worthy fighters. Yeah, I mean some good worthy fighters, then you get back in position to challenge for a world title. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at Thabisa Mchunu. He's supposed to be fighting, and that fight should be sometime this week. Thabisa Mchunu from South Africa is supposed to be fighting Ilunga Junior Makabu from the Congo in a rematch, but this time for the WBC cruiserweight team. That's when they fought. Thabisa Mchunu, all he did since then was win, get back in position, became a mandatory for Alexander Usyk, challenged for a WBO world title. He took his lumps. Well, he did very good actually for the first 7 rounds. I gotta give him that. I'm not saying he won all 7, but the fight was close. And then Usyk put it on him in the second half. He took his loss, he worked his way back up, got some W's. Here he is. He's gonna be challenging for a WBC strap yet again. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, we gotta see what he's about. We have to see if he's gonna make any adjustments and improvements in a rematch versus Alexander Usyk. You know what I mean? Check it. Mike Tyson, man, eventually took that fight with Lennox Lewis in 2002. Yeah. Right. 6 years after the fact from when he ducked him. You know? Why did he take it in 2002? You already know Mike needed that money, man. He needed that money. You know what I mean? It's like, fuck it. He knows what the inevitable is going to be. He about to get his ass handed to him. And that was a brutal beating that Lennox Lewis put on him. That fight went 8 rounds. I gave round 1 to Mike Tyson. And I believe Lennox Lewis got deducted a point. So it was like a 10-8 round for Mike Tyson, round 1. 2 through 8 was demolition derby, destructive. I'm saying, so Anthony Joshua didn't get knocked out. He did look very vulnerable in that fight. I'll tell you that though. Jab snapping his head back. Man was out there looking real bad out there, man. Usyk came to his hometown and just schooled him. You know what I mean? That shit was embarrassing. This fucking guy Joshua tried to box. He tried to outbox a master boxer. Holy shit, who does that? Who gave him that game plan? Rob McCracken? That was a terrible game plan, you know what I mean? I think he thought he could do what he did with Andy Ruiz in the second fight, tried to outbox the little guy. And Adari Peniston, there is better qualities of heavyweights now than the Klitschko era. That's debatable. I'm not saying I disagree. But you know, you had guys like Hasim Rahman. The thing is, at least those guys, I tell you this, right? I'm not disagreeing with you, Adari, but those guys in the 2000s at least were fighting each other. Wasn't really nobody ducking nobody in the heavyweight division. But in these Joshua Klitschko Fury Wilder era, the fellas been ducking each other, fellas ducking mandatories. It's crazy. Fights get made, title eliminators, fellas duck and pull out with a fake ass injury. You know what the greatest excuse is these days in life, right? COVID. Straight up and down, COVID. Why you ain't go to work today? COVID. Why Dillian White ain't fight so-and-so? COVID. Why did Teofimo Lopez lose his strap to Kambosos and got his ass battered? COVID. You go try to smash your COVID. Everything is COVID these days, you know what I mean? You check it. So that's the biggest excuse in the world, you know what I mean? But one thing for sure, 2 things for certain. The Hasim Rahmans, James Toney's, John Ruiz's, in that Klitschko era, all the era, no, they're not. They're not fighting each other. And like I said, oh shit, this my stop. I'm here talking with y'all, man. I don't want to fuck around and God, I had to step off here. And what you call it, man? These new boxers ain't shit, all of them, really and truly. All these fighters are not even worth talking about. You know what I'm saying? They not. So yeah, man, at the end of the day, Joshua got to go through with this rematch for himself, for his country. You can't let man from Ukraine, European man, Yeah, an accomplished man. Yeah, I remember when we used to be on them house dogs, and Usyk became the first. He beat Evander Holyfield's record, becoming the fastest ever to become a cruiserweight champion. I remember, and discussions on the panel. Joshua, I'm sorry. Could Alexander Usyk beat any of the become a heavyweight world champion, like Evander Holyfield did? I can guarantee you this, and I probably was one of them. Everybody on the panel was like, hell nah, cuz. Hell nah, that shit ain't gonna happen. They ain't raped the man. You know what I'm saying? But look at Usyk now. Look what he did to Anthony Joshua, you know what I mean? Barry Pennant saying, Dillian White versus John Ruiz, question mark. What do you mean? As in a fantasy fight? Or do you really want to see John Ruiz now fighting Dillian White? I hope not. Because really and truly in life, I don't remember anybody ever clamoring for a John Ruiz to quiet ass fight. I mean, but John Ruiz is credit. John Ruiz like a 2-3 heavyweight champion. You know what I'm saying? Oh, fantasy matchup. Oh, man, you know. I had thought in that fight. John became a negative fighter when he got knocked out in brutal fashion the first round in a heavyweight tournament by David Tua. That was a derby destruction, annihilation destruction. Got damn near put under the motherfucking ring. You know, like when you get locked up, you do something real heinous, they'll lock you under the jail. Slim got put damn near under the ring, you know? But Dillian White possibly has a chance, but I'm not sure. What you think about that, Andari? Who you got? Who you got in that matchup? You checking? Yeah, man. But Anthony Joshua. Yes. Everything. And Barry Pennant says he got Dillian White. Dillian White for his dear life. Versus David Tua. That type of shit happened again till he fought fellas like David Haye. You know what I mean? And that was way past his prime. John Ruiz. You know? But Joshua, we want to pay close attention to what you do next. Alexander Usyk, I'm sure, ain't gonna pull a John Ruiz. And I'm not saying John Ruiz shouldn't have enjoyed his 6 months as a champion, but he should have also prepared. He obviously didn't. He came in overweight. He come with the right mindset to defend them 3 scraps. Now it's quite disheartening because he pulled a Buster Douglas. Now, Buster Douglas didn't rematch Mike Tyson, but Buster Douglas, for sure, got fat, overweight, and he fought Evander Holyfield next. While Tyson struggled with Buster, Holyfield, man, made easy work of Buster Douglas to become undisputed, you know what I mean? So I'm very curious to see what Anthony Joshua comes in. When is his next fight? When, where, and how well prepared will he be? I have faith in Alexander Usyk. I believe he's going to do it again because that's my man Chris Coban. He was talking about it. Looks like, man, Joshua possibly is going to lose to this guy. A lot of people thought we crazy. Yeah, okay. And Alexander Usyk ain't even cut. He ain't ripped. He looks soft these days at a heavyweight. He's not ripped, no abs, none of that. He beat that man purely on skill set, muscle memory, reflexes, southpaw. It was a thing of beauty, man. I can't lie about that. You know what I mean? Can't lie about that. You know? It was like Mike Tyson versus Holyfield, the first fight. Only difference is Holyfield really dropped Mike Tyson, then stopped him in the 11th. You know what I'm saying? Usyk, not quite a big puncher at heavyweight. Holyfield was knocking fellas out at heavyweight, you know what I mean? And he did that to Mike Tyson. So, you know, in boxing, anything is possible. Was I shocked Gary Russell lost the other night? Of course not, man. Man hadn't been in the ring for 2 years. The man has held that strap for 6 years and 10 months. Man, it's just like Adonis Stevenson's last fight. Come on, man. Adonis Stevenson was even the underdog. I mean, Vosdick was favored to win that fight. And that fight was a great back and forth fight. And I think that pace at Adonis Stevenson's age, I hadn't seen him fight at that type of pace probably since, fuck, who knows when, because he really be knocking fellas out. He don't go the distance like that. What, maybe Fonfora? I'll say Fonfora. That was the last time. Because even Fonfora dropped Adonis Stevenson. And that was many years before that fight with Vosdick. So that pace was too much for Stevenson, you know what I mean? Too much back and forth. Very close fight, man. The fight got stopped in what, the 10th or 11th round? Holy shit, that was almost an accident. See, these old people shouldn't drive no more. That guy in the Beamer, he pulled in and almost caused an accident. You know what I'm saying? So, what you call it? You know? Adari Pennis says fantasy matchup Lennox Lewis versus Ike Ibeabuchi. Ooh! I got Lennox Lewis winning that fight, but it's going to be a hard-fought victory. You know? I think Ibeabuchi is going to have some mental lapses in there. I'm saying, and he's a good volume puncher combinations. Gonna let his hands go. He can take a punch. I think he can take a punch better than Lennox. You know what I mean? And I believe Lennox Lewis is not going to let Ike Ibeabuchi go Tasmanian devil. You know what I mean? Going to be well prepared for the Nigerians, big Nigerians, you know? I'm saying, the Nigerian were life and death with David Tua. Look how the man Lennox Lewis fought David Tua. Very cool, calm, composed with a great game plan. He ain't trading no left hooks with this guy. Like Lennox Lewis don't throw hooks. Lennox Lewis throws straight punches. I'm saying, straight punches. Emmanuel Stewart, Crump Jim style, you know what I mean? You know, he ain't hooking with no hooker. So that's how I believe it's going to be fought. You know? If Lennox Lewis gets clipped though, you never know, man. That China chin might go down. And I love Lennox Lewis. You know what I'm saying? Don't come and tell me nothing. I seen lesser of men put him on the campus. Not no great fighters. If it's a great fighter, then we talk about something different. But I seen Rockman and them fellas who was crying and shit, former WBC champ. What's my man's name? I forgot his name. At the post office, and make sure I leave my stuff, and hopefully they'll be taken care of. He's cooking right here. Okay, I think I'm finished here. Be a Bucci, welcome.
Thank you.
Have a good one. All right. I could be a Bucci versus Riddick Bowe. Ooh, Riddick Bowe, you see. Hey man, I like Riddick Bowe's body. That's possibly a fight Riddick Bowe wins. I'm sorry, not Riddick Bowe. I could be a Bucci. You know, I don't believe man like Riddick Bowe should be in the Hall of Fame, dog. That's just me, man. I don't care if you have only one loss on his resume. One, okay. That's what we talking. What's his name? Is that Polish guy? Andrew Galata. He punched them fellas in the Bozak. Them fellas would have possibly 3 losses on his career. If he ain't get out the game and go to the army or some shit, he would have had more losses on his resume. So he has his 1 loss. He's in the Hall of Fame because of his trilogy with Evander Holyfield. And that's the only name he's really beat on his resume. He's a Hall of Famer. So I'm picking Ike Ibeabuchi, dogs. He gonna put them fellas under the ropes. I believe he gonna knock them out. Yeah, absolutely. I seen Evander Holyfield put him on the canvas in that 3rd fight. Well, Holyfield was kind of old and washed up, or so we thought. All Holyfield did was come back with mad world titles after that. But yeah, at that point, 95, or 94, 95, when Holyfield, hey man, got stopped in the 8th round. Hey man, that was a devastating knockout by Riddick Bowe. I ain't like that shit because I was rooting for Holyfield, right? I was a kid them times, man. What you call it, man? What you call it? Holyfield had dropped Riddick Bowe early in that fight, you know what I mean? But that was a devastating knockout, right? And a lot of people, oh shit, I forgot I gotta go to MoneyGram too. Man, I'll be busy like shit. A lot of people considered them fellas should retire. He had a heart condition and all that, you know what I mean? But I think Ibeabuchi, man, if he applies pressure on them fellas all night, you know what I'm saying, on Riddick Bowe, I think he gonna win that fight. Ray Mercer versus David Tua, prime for prime. Woo. If the Ray Mercer who showed up against Lennox Lewis comes to fight the man David Tua, he could possibly win a fight on points, a decision. You know what I mean? You know? But he might get put under the ropes his damn self. David Tua left hook, man. Them fellas from New Zealand was a bad man. Damn shame he didn't win a title, but it wasn't because of lack of opportunities. He got his shot, you know? Ooh, that's a tough one right there. That's a tough one. I probably have Ray Mercer slightly. Points decision. Nobody getting knocked out. If anybody gets knocked out, Tua by left hook KO. But I believe Mercer should win that fight. Slightly on points. You know what I mean? Maybe a close split decision. You check it. No doubt. Yeah, man, some of y'all petty. Y'all come in this joint and hit the thumbs up, then you take it back. Who does that? Ah, shit, that's my OG. Let me say what up to this man. Hold up, y'all. Yo. What up, man? What's up with y'all, man? Cool.
motherfuckers.
Oh man, let me tell you
They
something.
ate, Drake.
Huh?
They ate.
No, these are 14s.
No, they don't. I know.
Oh,
they
my
the
shoe
first-
size?
They ate. Give me them.
Size
Let me
8.
get them.
Yeah, size 8.
Let me buy them. Come on,
Oh,
bro. Those
man,
my favorite
these
ones.
These are the last
I
Jordans
give you.
I bought.
I give you 120 for them.
Nah, I can't do
I
it.
give you how much you want? I give you
I ain't
100.
selling. You know, I bought these in
Come on, nigga.
2015.
Okay, no, I give you 130. I give you 130.
I can't do it,
I
man.
give you 130.
Maybe 160 when they came out. I got them online.
I give you 140 for them. I give you
I
140.
can't sell these.
Come on, I need
See, I don't even wear these joints
And
right
the
now.
motherfuckers fresh.
Good looks,
And the
man.
motherfucker, I need
I ain't
them.
want these joints. I wear them once or twice a year, man. You know what I'm saying?
I dance and I get paid on the third album.
Oh, yeah? Hey, OG, I like your shines, man. I like your chain,
I
dog.
bought this joint.
Word, that shit
Hey, let me
tough.
see your shit. Let me see your shit.
I got a nice size joint, man.
Look at his shit, Jay.
Gotta
Let
be
me
a-
see.
Oh, yeah, see, that's what
I
I
told you
wanted.
I get a people on it,
Oh,
man.
the line.
I should have got that shit I wanted.
You wanted the line, Jack?
I wanted the line.
Two? Yeah, man.
I just spent almost $800 for that.
That shit tough. The rope chain is tough, man.
I said, fuck it, I'm gonna treat myself.
I
man.
feel you,
Hey,
man.
let me get your
Don't
number
cheat
again, man. I got another new phone.
True.
I've been missing the action, baby. I do my thing.
Yeah, I asked how Lawrence where you been, man. I ain't
I
seen
be
you in a
chilling.
minute.
I be telling niggas, come over.
True.
I'm in great shape. Man, I got my own man cave. You can smoke all you want to. You just can't smoke cigarettes. We got a balcony.
I
Come
feel
fuck
you.
with the dog. You can eat my sister. You got company. Yeah, they coming. They football. I'm gonna get some snacks. I'm gonna kick some wings, please.
Two?
No,
I feel you,
please come
man.
over. She has the shit set up. Niggas be like, what? For real? Yeah, nigga, this is hospitality.
This hospitality, I feel you, man. That's what's up, man. Good to see you still out here, man.
Yeah, man, hey, I always call my nigga
Huh?
right here.
Oh, good looks, man.
Hey, I always call my nigga here.
Two?
If I'm home chilling, like I'm like you. It's
Yeah.
about making money and laying low.
Lay low, I feel you, man.
Stacking it, not spending, dog.
Yeah.
Like still got a racket.
Especially wintertime, man, when it's cold. That's the best.
Deal with you.
Two? I
I
feel you,
got me
G.
my girl get her hair, and then I just bought my son his game. He went to new Call of Duty.
Call of
He
Duty.
goes, son,
Yeah.
his eyes lit up like he smoked some crack. Damn,
You on it.
Yeah. I
I
said
feel
I was
you.
gonna get it when I got the money. I got the money here.
You?
Play your game. I love you, boy.
No doubt.
Dad, I like you. I like you. All right. You're home,
Yeah.
bro. It's your mom.
Yeah, man.
Motherfucker.